Hello everybody, it's Sai, Kostas Gamer here, brings another awesome video. Now today, the episode of The Realm will be coming out soon. I just have been taking forever to edit it, and I don't know why, but I just have. So, today we're going to do something a little bit fun. So you guys know how I love having furnace systems, right? And I'm always going on, which one is the best one. So, I'm going to decide that. This oak slime we are not going to need. And let's just go ahead and put that back. So, how we are going to decide this is, if it gets a diamond block, it has 2 points. If it gets an iron block, it has 1 point. And if it has a dirt block, that is 0 points. That means that it... So there's going to be multiple categories to decide which one is the best one. And I figured the very first one we should decide on is the speed of it. How fast can this thing smelt 10 stacks of gold ore? This one, unfortunately, 1256. That gets a dirt block. This one, 1052. And the last one, 1130. So, I'm just going to go ahead and say that the middle one got the fastest time. Now, let me go ahead and show you guys the actual furnace systems before I go on any sooner. So, we have the Poor Man furnace system. At least, if you're in Bedrock, it's nice, it's easy to build. Well, not really easy. It's resource friendly. Let's just say that. Very, very resource friendly. The most difficult thing to get would probably be the quartz. That's it. That's all. That's the most difficult thing there is to get in there. The next thing we have is the railway system. It's nice. It's cheaper. It's not cheaper than that one, but it can produce quite a great time. Beats it by this one by 38 seconds. As you can see, this one is a hopper furnace system. Basically, moving items only use hoppers. All right, so now that we have the speed one in the way, so this one has 0 points, this one has 2 points, and this one has 1 point. Now, the next one I'm going to do is the resource friendliness one. So, as you guys can see, this one over here, extremely friendly. Extremely friendly. This one right here is going to take second place, and this one over here is going to take last place. Unfortunately, this one does take the resource friendliness to a whole new level if you're on Bedrock. If you're not on Bedrock, and if you're on Java Edition, this is your next best bet. That's just what we're going to have to do. So the last one, only consider this one if you are on Bedrock. Now this one, this one is not resource friendly at all. In fact, you're going to need an iron farm to make this thing, or spend hours upon hours mining. And this one takes 250 iron ingots to make, which is quite a lot. Okay, so now that we've gone over this one, I do actually want to disclaim something, is that these chests right here, these minecarts, I've noticed that sometimes when unloading chunks and all that, this thing can sometimes sometimes the minecarts and all that will disappear. Is it gonna go back? All right, there we go. And so that is one thing to consider. Now, the next part we're going to go on is how easy is it to build these. So I'm going to start over here. This one, in my opinion, it was the hardest one to build. Just for the sheer fact of just the way you have to place the pistons, you have to place the furnaces this way, and that you can only build this on Bedrock Edition. So that means Xbox One, and Windows 10 and Pocket Edition. I believe that's the only Bedrock ones off the top of my head that I can remember. And then the timing for the repeaters, it's just kind of a bit of a pain. You got to remember to do that, and then you got to remember that you have to have the sticky pistons on this level. It was just a bit more complicated to do. Now, this one over here, It's going to take silver. It's going to take second place because this one is a lot easier to build, in my opinion. In fact, there's only one problem with how difficult it is to build. But, I mean, it's a simple solution once you figure it out. The only way you can actually build this is if you go from east to west. You can't go from north to south, because let me go ahead show you guys. Where is the rails? So right here we have these going right here. So that means that we can have these right here and they will be just fine together. Actually, I'm going to leave these as an example. However, we have these ones going right here. And look, they face that way. No matter where I do it, if I do it like this, it's just going to end up like this. So it has to go from east to west. Now, a good way to tell, east to west, look at the sun during sunset or sunrise. It rises in the east, it falls in the west, if I'm correct. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've talked about that kind of stuff. So that is why this thing is a bit easier to make, but you have to remember to take in the east to west thing. Now, if it wasn't for that, this one would definitely have taken second place. The amount of time, just building it's super simple, honestly. I mean, yes, once you build one of these little systems right here, the other one is quite simple. In fact, I was able to build this one in the time it took this one to cook 5 stacks. So about 4 or about 5:45. That's how fast I was able to make a double system of this one, which is quite easy to make. So that is why this one is going to be taking the diamond block for this round. And the next one, expanding the furnace systems. Now, I'm not going to lie. The middle one here, in my opinion, takes the expanding one to a whole new level. Because you can expand this one to so long. Now, we did take in consideration that the input chests aren't like this. Like, you'll have to, if you have it like that, you'll have to wait for them to load up into the minecart chests to go across. So that is why this one technically isn't beaten in speed, but it does beat them in speed if you don't have that. Because you could just instantly just put it in, go, easy as that. But enough about that. The expanding part. Basically, you can make this thing as long as you want. Add repeaters and all that, of course. Quite easy to do. Actually, you don't even need to add repeaters. But yeah, you can make this as long as you want. You can add multiple ones right here and here. And then you can have them all flipped to one lever that's like right around here or something like that. And it'll turn them all on and it'll smelt it pretty fast. All right, so this one over here, my good friends, is taking second place. Why? Because this is easily expandable. It works really fast. There is one problem with this mechanism though. And that the only problem is it doesn't actually smelt the full 10 stacks. Now there are 10 furnaces in each of these systems. Now you actually have to have 10 more items so that, or maybe one more item, I'm thinking. That way so this one can drop down into here because these hoppers are locked by this system right here. So that is why this one is a bit worse in my opinion at the moment, but expanding it is quite good. Sorry that I'm rambling on in random directions. Oh, it turned into a grass block. Okay then. Anyway, but I literally came from the dentist earlier, so my head's a bit woo. And this one here is going to take the dirt again. Unfortunately, expanding this one is a bit more complicated because you got to think about the redstone and all that, and it's not fun to make. This one, yeah, it's small, but it's not fun to make. It's expandable like this one, kind of, but this one is unfortunately not as fun to make, in my opinion, because of expanding it. And plus, these pistons can only push so far. Which, yeah. Okay, so that one, hold on. Give me a moment. All right, so now, okay, so I've covered resource friendliness, this one. Okay, so speed, resource friendliness, how easy it is to make, how easy is it to expand. And there was one more category. What was I going to do? What was the category? Oh, yes. This category is kind of obvious. And this is a 1.1, or a 1 point to this one. Because, here's why. Because this one is the automatic / semi-automatic category. Now, this is kind of unfair because this one is an automatic design. This one's fully auto. You put the items in, it will go, it'll transfer, it'll bring it back down to this hopper right here. This one, you have to flick a lever. This one, you have to flick a lever. This one, you actually have to load up these chests, which is not fun each and every time. And sometimes, if you have that up there, a little bit of extra storage, you're going to have to flick on and off the lever. That way, so it can restock and all that. So that is why this one is going to win this category. Now, this is the final category. That was the final category. So in total, we will go ahead and tally up the votes. So this one, 2 points. This one has 6 points. And this one has 4 points. So if you guys want to know, the middle one, the rail system, has 1, but only because of the category-wise. If it was personally my opinion, I would say this one is probably your best bet to go with. It may not be the fastest, but it's surely the second fastest if you don't. It's the fastest if you don't take in the loading time of that one right there. And this one is not the most resource friendly, but it will get your job done. And it's extremely easy to expand this, so of course, why not? But the middle one won, and of course this last one down here, this is the poor man one. Oh wait, there is one more category. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually forgot about that one. Oh my. Okay, so the last category of this one is fuel efficiency. Now, I personally took a look at how each and every single furnace smelted each and every single item at each and every single second. So I took a look at all these furnaces as it was smelting and made sure to look at this one at the chest right here to make sure that all the items were getting smelted. This one I did as well. And this one I did as well. Now, this might be pretty obvious, but this one lost. And who got second? Who got second and who got first? This one got second and this one got first. Here's why. So, this one, of course, lost. But here's the reason why it's not fuel efficient. As it's moving around, it fills up multiple items. In fact, look at this. 58 right here, but if you go over here, 63 left. I mean, come on. That's not fuel efficient. That's going to waste some of your fuel and all that. I mean, you get the item smelt, but it's slow. It's not fuel efficient. It's going to take the dirt on that one, and it's going to take the final loss, and it's going to lose permanently. Now, this one got silver. Why? Because there was one part that this furnace right here end up getting one extra item. Now, that would be fine and all that, but that means that another furnace lost an item, which is not the most efficient thing in the world, okay? It's just not. It's just not. However, it is still a good furnace system. So if you guys want to build it, here, just look at this. Look at this. This is easy to build. Easy, easy, easy. Now this one, easy to build as well. If it was my choice, I'd pick this one to be easiest one to build. So, oh my God, we actually have a tie between these two. Okay, so let me go to and explain why this one won. Because no matter what was in here, there's the same amount of fuel. There is the same amount of items in each and every single one of these. You can go down the line and it has 59 in each of them. That is what we are looking for, people. It probably used maybe an extra one on accident. That's okay, because if you pair this with a kelp farm, there is a furnace system that requires no fuel for the kelp farm. In fact, I'm actually gonna pop in over here and show you guys this real quick, because this is really cool. No, not there. What am I thinking? Ah, right here, right here. Wait, where'd the mine? This is what I'm talking. Oh, that's where the minecart is. Okay, so minecart goes back and forth like this, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna constantly be clicking kelp into there, and it's gonna pop off every so often, and you're not gonna need yourself some. You're not gonna need any fuel for it, because it uses those whatchamacallem, campfires, I think. Campfires, yeah. So pretty good, pretty good. So this one, even if it used an extra one, that's okay. It ended up making sure that we were still able to have all the items get smelt pretty fast. In fact, that last item would have probably put us, if we had more items, it probably would have used it a bit more efficiently. The only reason why it's not at 60 probably, I don't know why that one's at 60 and this one's at, very, very confusing. Anyway, so we have a tie between this one and this one. So, final conclusion. It depends. Don't do that one ever. Don't ever do that one. I made a mistake on my Realm server, and I'm going to fix it in a video. I'm actually gathering up iron as we speak at the moment. Not through an iron farm. I wish that would work. Actually, is it working? Huh. Right now I think it is. So that's actually really cool. But it's not working 100%. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. All right. So it depends. So if you want something that's a bit more cost efficient, not the most fuel efficient, but does get you fast results, unless that's if you're not considering the result time and the fact that it is not semi-automatic, or that it's not fully automatic, then you want to go with this item. But if you want a fully automatic, you pop the items in, it's going to get done, and it's going to get back into this chest down here. You go with this one. If you have the resources, you go with this one. If you don't have the resources, go with this one. It really depends on your situation. However, in my opinion, I'm going with this one, because this one is my personal pick, because it is automatic. It is what you're going to want to be looking for. This one, semi-automatic, but this would be a good early source for a furnace system. Actually, I just realized that the gold, that requires a bit of gold there. Not too much, but, it's doable. In fact, I made that thing as efficiently resource-friendly as I could, and it turned out pretty good. So, anyway, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!